What's happening, my beautiful people? My name is Dirty Mike, and today I'm back into action. I got another formation review, and yes, I got the editing eyes, or the FUT Champs eyes. They're red. I feel the pain. The weekend league eyes, they're here to stay. As long as FUT Champs is going on, then you guys should be able to relate. The stress levels are serious. They are real, especially in a qualifying month. But today we're looking at the classic 4-3-3. I haven't decided what I want to title this video in terms of if I want to throw in, oh, this might be the best this type of formation or the best that type of formation. And if you enjoy the content, please drop a thumbs up. This series I've been pumping out with Ovi. Make sure to go over to his channel and check out the best tactics to go with the 4-3-3. I'm going to give you some pros. I'm going to give you some cons. We're going to discuss everything. But your tactical adjustments and then understanding what formations sort of counter other formations and what play styles work well against other play styles. It's crucial for success. In the comments down below, let's set up some dialogue. Let's do some back and forth. I want your opinion on what formations do you feel counter other formations. Give me a list. For example, does a 4-3-3-4 outperform a 4-1-2-1-2? Doesn't mean that the 4-1-2-1-2 guy can't win, but are they at a disadvantage in that matchup? Or play styles versus a high pressure and a slow build up. What do you guys think down below? This will help me with some back and forth, and if I decide to make a video, maybe there's something you guys bring to light that I never thought of or that I didn't realize as just a poor matchup, or maybe I'm leaving off something that I have no business leaving off and I just need a reminder. Bada bing, bada boom, as we've got gameplay on screen. And what's fantastic about the 4-3-3, the balanced, the standard, the classic, is my main squad. I like to start out in the 4-3-3, and then I often will swap into the 4-1-2-1-2. The second variation, of course, we're doing the pro swap. And if you're not familiar, that's just so you can get full chemistry on your players. If you want to use wingers up top, then you're going to be swapping, or most likely you're going to be changing formations in-game if you're playing FUT Champions. But when we start out with the pros, you've got width. And the 4-3-3, the standard, it gives you a lot of balance in the midfield, whereas most 4-3-3s that you go into clearly have, oh, you're improving here, but you're trading off there. And what I mean is if we took the 4-3-3-4, for example, you've got a cam, it's a little bit more attacking. You don't really have those holding mids. And there's another 4-3-3, is it the second variation? It might be the second variation, where you have those two CDMs. I hate going up against it because I know if I'm going into FUT Champs and I'm playing against somebody that's using that formation, then forget about it. I can expect this to be very low scoring, first for a goal. It's frustrating at times. But in terms of pros, you have that width. You have pure balance because you have three center mids across the boat. And it's important to use a very balanced center mids, in my opinion. This is your three box-to-box guys, ideally. This is when Mr. Conte can show up and show out. Renato Sanchez, show up and show out. Now, defensively, as long as you have those box-to-box guys, then you have the ability to press all match long because you have your four defenders, your standard, and then you have those midfielders that are going to constantly support. They're not necessarily too far forward or too far back. And you're always going to have outlets in the 4-3-3. Any wide formation, what makes that formation special is that you're going to be able to slow down the game if you want. The tempo is up to you. And you have easy outlets. You shouldn't feel overwhelmed. You shouldn't feel where you're forced to play much faster than you'd like. That's what makes the wide formations pretty special. And when I'm looking at cons, when you're playing the 4-3-3, especially this variation, I feel like you need to play kind of slow. And you don't have the ability to be real narrow. And the reason you got us play slow is because you don't have as many triangles on the pitch. Therefore, you have to be a little more careful. Kind of like if you go up against someone who's in a 4-4-2. Those guys, they're always going to have passes and options, but it's a slow pass, pass, pass. And at times I feel similar, or I feel a comparison between the 4-3-3 in terms of the original and maybe a 4-4-2. I guess it's a classic formation and a classic formation, so it makes sense. So you lose some of your creativity. And if you put the wrong personnel, and this kind of goes for a lot of formations, and I want you guys to also comment down below, is there any formations that myself and Obi haven't put together that you need to see done? Or do you want to see maybe an updated top 5 or something we can team up on? Let me know, because I would like to put together some good content. But that kind of gives you a little bit of the outline of your pros and your cons with the 4-3-3. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to drop a thumbs up. Head on over to Obi's channel, get the best custom tactics to go with this 4-3-3 setup. I just wanted to talk about some of the layout, the pros, the cons. And typically, I use this formation the most when I'm in FUT Champs, because remember, I start out in the 4-3-3, and I like to feel out a match. And sometimes if I'm going up against someone who's in a wide formation, then I'll stay wide. I've come to the conclusion, and you've heard me talk about it actually with, I want to say it was August Rosemeyer. I don't know if Boris mentioned this at all, but if I'm up against somebody that's playing a wide formation, I will also play a wide formation if it's a match that I feel like I'm just struggling a little bit, because if I mirror somebody, often whoever's the better player can win that mirror matchup. And you see this a lot with narrow formations too. When you have a 4-1-2-1-2 versus a 4-1-2-1-2, may the better man win. But if you're the better player, that's an advantage for you, or you have the better team. It can all play into that final result. But until next time, peace.